Fantastic. It's fantastic. I see
It
we did
is
a
Fantastic
fanfare
Friday.
before it started, but that's okay. It's Fantastic Friday. Health
Oh,
Friday.
well. It's
Busy.
been a Friday, man.
Busy Friday. We've been hard at work. Hard at
We
work.
have been hard at work.
Couple little busy bunnies, let me tell you.
I gotta turn to unplug something real quick. My bad. But yeah, we have, man. We got the little Easter thing we've been teasing.
Yeah, I thought about starting the show with the teaser again, but we can just tell you about it. This Sunday, jump in, because it's coming. The Easter sleigh, it's on its way. It's on its way. But tonight, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on.
Not to
Uh,
catch up on, man.
a lot to catch up on. I'm going to say let's start with Falcon and Winter Soldier because I already have the poster. So Falcon and Winter Soldier up first. What is it? Episode 3 today, right? Episode 3.
Three, man. I'm like really pale right now.
Yeah, I know. We're not looking. The lighting's like weird. Camera's just not wanting to agree with us today, man.
We've been on camera so much today. I feel like it's just, it's like, nope.
Yeah.
This is the one time we're going to fail you because we look good other than this all day on the camera.
Yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier episode 3. Really getting into it. We got Zemo back.
Man, I am so happy about that. I am just tickled to death. I'm thrilled, man.
I am very. When I seen him grab that gun, I was like, I know where this is heading.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Fucking Zemo.
Eventually he will probably double cross the boys.
Yeah, at some point, it's
Zemo. Zemo, it's coming.
It's coming. But honestly, I gotta say, as far as the marketing for this show goes, I feel like they did a lot of what they did in like in-game marketing and stuff like that. Marvel's just kind of known for this at this point with this sneaky marketing, you know, of like they have that line in the commercials where he says something. He's like, "Okay, let's do this."
Yeah.
In the commercials, but that scene was in the show today, and he's like, "Okay, Zemo, let's do this," and that was cut out of all the other stuff, and so they did a really good job of making it seem like he was the villain. But there's been rumblings for a long time that the Thunderbolts are on their way. That we're going to get some Thunderbolts coming, and so definitely with today's episode, I see that. I could totally see that. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Zemo is hands down one of my favorite villains of the MCU, for sure.
Oh yeah, I love him. I'm trying to post this on Facebook, in my Facebook.
It's okay.
Quick.
I'm multitasking right now.
It is not.
It happens.
It is not wanting to let me.
We've both been working down to the last minute today to bring y'all a fantastic Friday.
Just trying to get some people involved here. I guess it's not going to let me. It's not letting me exit off. I don't know what's going on, so we're just going with it. But yes, I really liked in this episode when they gave how it came in with the little blip commercial. Felt very Chase and Shep there.
It did. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really digging Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, because it feels so real. Like, as opposed to everything else in the MCU, this story in particular, feels like so close to home. Like, it's those lines are starting to blur between reality and the MCU. You know what I mean? And today, I just felt like that world building and everything. Today's episode, it just felt so smooth. It just felt so seamless. Like, the world's just kind of expanding without, it being like an overwhelming thing. Like, it's pretty subtle. But then there at the end, the big drop at the end is the Wakanda drop, and I forget what that character's name is. What is
I,
Dora something? I was so
it's it's the girl. She's the queen, right?
no,
She's not.
no, she's the protector chick. Like, because there's the bodyguards, the female bodyguards. There's a name. It's the Dora something, and I can't think of what it's called.
I thought the lady in the face when I looked at her, she looked like the girl that was like in Black Panther, got all with Black Panther at the end, you know?
You're talking about what's her face? Okoye, I think is what her name is. Like his little friend, his little right hand.
No, not the Walking Dead girl.
Oh, right. No, yeah, no. This is the bodyguard
The,
because she was in Civil War too. This was the same character that was in Civil War, following him around as his bodyguard. So when she showed up there at the end, I thought it was a good. It was just very. It was so smooth, man. It was just such a smooth way of being like. By the way, uh, I'm glad y'all are having fun with Zemo, but do y'all remember what happened like back? You know,
right. Well,
War?
they brought that point up. You know, that's a point Sam brought up in the episode.
But just so much of it feeling like again, it's so funny because Age of Ultron always was one that kind of fell to the wayside a little bit for me when it first came out. Like, but now, now Age of Ultron just is like the catalyst for so much shit that has happened in these
That's
movies.
true.
Like, Age of Ultron is quite possibly one of the biggest movies in the MCU as far as the ripple effect that is still being felt to this day in the MCU. Um, because when he's talking about everything that happened in Age of Ultron, when he goes on his little revenge quest, they reveal that he's Baron Zemo, that he's rich. We get to see him in the mask for the first time. He's full Zemo. He goes full Zemo this time, and that's dope itself.
And it's good. Yeah, the action sequences with them were really fun to see. And I like the little like hypothetically speaking, let's say and then they like showed, you know,
Yeah.
Zemo escaping and shit like that while Winter Soldier's just explaining how that could happen. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that did happen. But
Well, I like how right when he starts doing that, like as soon as he goes hypothetically speaking, uh, Sam immediately goes, "What did you do?"
yeah.
And then he goes, "Hold on," and then he tells the story, and then he walks in. It's like, damn it.
No, I like it. We saw Sharon Carter come back. She was being a
Yeah,
badass in this
in a
too.
big way, but I'm like, is she going to come back? It almost felt like a one and done sort of thing. Like, I don't
I
know.
mean,
There's a lot of
I
hype for her
it,
character.
well, it seems like all the little scenes we've seen from her character in the previews was in this episode. So I guess it could seem that way, but I mean, she's up to something.
Yeah,
We know she's up to something because she comes and gets in a car with another lady, and she's like, you know, I don't know. I think there's something up with her.
oh,
We'll see.
that's right at the end. Yeah,
Maybe she's the one running that, John.
find out
Maybe
she's the
she's
power broker. That'd be a twist. That'd be a twist.
yeah, power broker. That's who it is.
I keep wondering. I'm like, I wonder who's playing the power broker. I keep wondering about that. Like, that they're keeping that under wraps. I feel like for sure.
Is that going to be the big overarching villain?
That's what it's seeming like. That's what it's
'Cause,
seeming.
yeah, it's seeming like that motherfucker knows what's up when it's up, but only when you're there.
I think it seems to me that the only people who seem to be unaware of the power broker as trouble is our two leads, is Falcon and Winter Soldier. I feel like Sam and Bucky, like obviously, power broker just came onto their radar in this episode, uh, and even when he did come onto their radar, all they were told is, "Oh yeah, you don't want to fuck with this guy. Like he's bad news." But
Mhm.
otherwise, there was no implication that he was connected to what they were looking for. We know,
Right.
we know he's connected, you know. And I guess they revealed it at the end when they go and talk to the scientist dude. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because he puts um I don't know. It seemed like he knew that they just killed him, so he's like blow it up. You know what I mean? And somebody shoots a rocket in there.
yeah.
So
I thought about that too. I was like, that's just
That's what I
gonna.
say. But it established when they shot old girl that he's watching them like his people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would bet he's watching that lab. So I would almost bet to say that right when that dude got shot by Zemo, that's when he hit somebody. He's like, "Yep, blast it with a rocket."
Well, no,
Dude.
remember the chick that got shot was shot by Sharon, the one who's like, "Wait a minute, Sam, who are you?" And then she gets plugged. Sharon.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Yeah. Although the one thing we haven't talked about is the location of today's episode in Madripoor, which in the comics is a big hangout spot for old Wolverine. So
Yeah.
that's it's fun stuff, man. I don't know, man. I keep saying this every week. I just feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier is just like becoming one of my favorite MCU stories for some reason, man. Like there's just something about it that's just I'm really fucking loving it, dude. I'm
No,
loving it.
I fully agree with you, my dude. I think it's a pretty baller show. We're halfway through it right now, so we got 3 more weeks left of it, and I would only assume it's getting more hype every episode.
We're
So
halfway through. I can't believe we're halfway through. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'd only assume this is going to get crazier. Uh, as
I'm interested. And okay, so here we go. We haven't touched on my man's here, U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, that's right. Him and fucking Battlestar are off doing their own goddamn thing this whole episode.
Yeah, well, they're a step behind, it seems like. And then once they find out that Zemo is with them,
Which I get the feeling that that was kind of their plan too. You know what I mean? Like that's why they were there in the first place. I feel like.
well, I know it was to talk to him at least, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like the line that he gives is more menacing than it should have been like when he's like, "Oh, we're going off grid and doing this." But I think he's just gonna try to join with them.
Yeah, I
You know,
there was actually a moment with him today too. Because those two they're not in it very much in this episode, but their
no,
presence is still there. They're it's like, hey, by the way, don't forget these two are still a thorn in their side. But that first time he shows up and they go to the one place and the dude spits in his face. Like that moment, I thought there have been a lot of really great moments that have been like, obviously, this guy is not Captain America. Like, he does not have the values that Steve has. You know, like he is like an aggressor. He's kind of a prick in
yeah.
a lot of ways. And when he spits in his face, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, "Don't you know who I am?" And that right there, I think, just says so much about this dude's character. Like he's just such an interesting character so far because
My
of
favorite
they
well,
like
see, my favorite that where I noticed the difference was them going into the buildings. So now it's like, yo, in every Avengers movie or anything we have, Captain America going in, he's always like, all right, we're gonna go in there, make a clean sweep, and no casualties, nothing like that. Him going into that building, he's like, shoot them before they can destroy,
yeah yeah
basically like shoot them before they can destroy any of the evidence. And
at the
it's
end of
like, well, it's like the differences. It's like, man, this guy is definitely not at all Captain America worthy.
I think, oh man, I think it was one of the reviewers I watch on YouTube said it the absolute best. Basically, he said that uh, what is this guy's name? John Walker, is that the
Mhm.
name? He said that John Walker is essentially who Tommy Lee Jones' character probably would have picked for the Super Soldier program back in
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
first of all, like he's the type that Tommy Lee Jones would have been like, "There's a soldier, there's a good old American boy, you
Yep.
know, that's my pick instead of Steve." And
Mhm.
this is exactly now we're seeing, and he doesn't even have the serum yet,
I
yet,
feel like he's gonna get it,
yet, yeah. And
especially since it's injectable.
to jump back to last week's episode, um, something that they are most obviously building towards, and we've kind of talked about before, and this one slipped under my radar. This one slipped past me last week. But Young Avengers, they're building towards the Young Avengers, and we saw another one last week. The kid that opens the door at Asaya's place is I
Oh
can't think
yeah.
of the character's name, but he goes on to be Patriot
Yeah,
in
Patriot.
the comics, and so they're They're peppering it in. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Avengers flick we get is Young Avengers.
Well, remember, I already sent you. I sent you that photo and showed you. I was like,
Yeah.
every main character in this show that's a good person has been Captain America
In some way, shape, or form. Yeah.
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 So I mean, that's pretty dope. I except for Zemo now.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like of everything in the MCU, and MCU handles their characters very well. But I think this show is just so well crafted. I've just never cared more about these characters in all the time I've been watching the MCU. I'm just so invested in every character. That's my thing. It's like every character. I'm so curious, like what's going down. Don't think I forgot about the fucking dude from episode 1 whose son he killed because I want to see how that shit goes down too. You know, there's plenty to still unpack there. Uh, so I'm hyped, man. I'm definitely hyped for the rest of it. There's a lot they're holding back from us.
I can't wait to get to the end of it myself personally. Like I you know, it's we already got like because we've got 3 45-minute episodes of the show.
Well, yeah, today's episode was even longer. It was pretty close to an hour.
Yeah, so right now we got like a movie's worth of these two characters. I'm in it. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I mean, I've been hooked, but I'm more hooked.
I'm more and more hooked every fucking week. Falcon and Winter Soldier, man, it's rad. So up next on the docket, what do you want to jump into next, Shep?
We got Invincible.
We got Invincible.
Let's just go with how the ticker tech goes. Which by the way, forgot to mention, fuck you, Skeletor, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
For last Wednesday, what the fuck was that, man?
Yeah, you would have thought we'd bring this up on April Fool's Day, but we were still kind of in shock.
Yeah, but it was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you back for that one.
Son of a bitch. That was no fun. That was no fun.
All right, so Invincible.
Anyways, Invincible, new Amazon original, based on a comic book from the creator of The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman. Has a crazy awesome cast in it.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons plays Omni-Man. Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead, who just got nominated for an Oscar this year, is the lead voice of Invincible. There's a lot of other dope supporting actors as well from like a lot of comedies and stuff. Who played Domino in Deadpool 2. She's in it. A lot of people in this cast. Produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and in my opinion, I don't think they can do any wrong. I don't think I've ever seen anything those two have done that I have hated or disliked even.
True.
Because they also produced The Boys, and
nice, okay,
and they produced Preacher. So as far as their comic book adaptations go, they've been on it.
Yeah, I can't wait for some new Boys.
I got to catch up. I got to watch The Boys so that we can be talking about it by the time that new season hits. So
you really do. You're missing there.
From the jump, like that first episode of Invincible, it wasn't until that very, very last scene of that episode that I was like, is this just Amazon's thing? Just these super fucked up, hyper violent, like superhero stories? I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to it. Like it's pretty dope. But I'm enjoying this show, man, because we talked about it at the beginning of the year, and we were going down the superhero calendar on Super Saturday.
We did this.
This popped up. We were like, yeah, we heard about this show. We don't know nothing about this. We've never read the comics or nothing. So they dropped the first 3 episodes last Friday.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I'm really digging it so far.
I do too, man. It's like telling the story of a kid whose dad is a superhero, but his mom ain't. Just think
the most powerful superhero.
Yeah, just think of Superman, and you'd be on the money. And so he keeps telling him, when he's growing up, that you're gonna get powers. You're gonna get powers, and I think the show picks up with him being 18, close to 18, not having powers yet, and like freaking out. But then he gets them, and it's a great it starts off this nice, great story of maybe a dad being able to teach his kid, and it just gets nuts quick.
Just batshit crazy. Because the whole first episode is just like a little coming of age story, and I'm like, this is okay, you know, this is all right. And then the ending comes. What blows my mind more so about that ending, as every episode keeps going, is like they still haven't addressed this. Like it's still an issue. and,
What?
and like
Well, we're getting spoilers, right? So
yeah,
like
we're spoiling the show.
that
So
Omni-Man basically offs the entire Justice League per se.
yeah, the Justice League of this
The global something.
Guardians of the Globe. Guardians of the
Guardians of the Globe. There it is. Yeah, and he just takes the Flash guy and just pops his motherfucking head. Crazy shit, bro. Like really.
Annihilates these guys. Like every single one of these superheroes. I mean, he doesn't just fight them, beat them up. No, like he fucking murders them. Like through and through, like violent, gory as fuck, just murders the shit out of them. It was intense. I was like, wait a minute, you know, like if you weren't paying attention, it's got your attention now. Because that happens like right after, like the show kind of ends, doesn't it? And then it comes back. Like the credits start to roll, and then it comes back on, and then there's that whole last section where he just fucking kills everybody.
Well, because it's like they all get the emergency call and show up. Like,
yeah.
But it's like, okay, but then it's I really like. I guess you give props to Robert Kirkman on this, I guess so. But I really like the characters and how they're like, you know, really basic spoofs of a lot of the characters we got. But then you got like the Hellboy pops up, you know, kind of guy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a Detective Demon." You know? But I feel like and I haven't seen the 4th episode today, but I feel like that motherfucker is going to be on to some shit. Most definitely.
I will tell you, Dark Blood comes back in this episode. Oh yeah, he's got some fucking
weird. But they have. I mean, I think. I mean, they've kind of addressed. I mean, they show like the funerals for all the people and all this and that. But like,
right. When I say they haven't addressed it, I mean like, and I don't know. They kind of talk about it on today's episode a little bit. This isn't too much of a spoiler for you, but they basically are like, we got to play it cool until we can figure out how to bust him. Like we know Omni-Man probably did it, but like realistically, what are we gonna fucking do? You know what I mean? That's kind of as much as they've addressed it with the most recent episode. But otherwise, I'm just like, how is this gonna go down? Because I guess the mystery here is why. Like, why did he do that? Why is Omni-Man acting weird? Especially as the episodes go on. Like, his interactions with his wife, his interactions with other people, because his wife, I don't mean to be getting into episode 4 so much today, but
no, we can't. Don't spoil it.
I ain't gonna be spoiling anything really, but that's something his wife kind of.
Talk about it. I'm taking the headphones off.
His wife calls him out on it. Is all I was gonna say is about him acting weird. That's it.
Blah 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 blah. Episodes
I won't say
1 through 3.
Episodes 1 through 3. That wasn't even a spoiler. It's not even a spoiler. But
1 through 3, my guy.
Sorry, it was a dope episode. What can I say?
I know, and I need to get into it. But
and we're halfway through this too. There's only 4 episodes left, so.
I mean, I still already got the hunch that the dude probably off the little Justice League. So his son, I bet it has something to do with his lineage. That like when his son gains powers, he has to turn evil or some shit like that. Maybe I don't know.
I get this feeling that it's something along the lines of kind of taking over the earth sort of deal, as like an all powerful being sort of deal. I'm getting that vibe, like it might be heading in that direction. But I like all the characters in this, like you said, how they're just blatant rip-offs of popular characters and shit.
All kinds of them too.
Yeah,
all kinds of them.
For a cartoon, it's like, obviously it's an adult cartoon, but it's treated like, and I even saw something on like an interview with the showrunners, talking about how they treat it like a drama, like an hour-long drama, like you'd watch
Yeah.
anything else, like, and it plays out that way too. You know, it
Oh,
really
yeah.
does. I mean, you got your crazy sci-fi superhero adventures going on, but you also have, you know, your just regular like
Well, I mean, they got some cool shit. Like, I think episode 2 or 3, I don't know which one it was, but it kicked off with like the little kid. He's got his suit and all this shit, and then he's like, "I got to go to space," and his dad sent him up. Oh yeah, you can go take care of this guy out here in space. And he was fighting that dude, and the dude's like, "This isn't Earth," and he's
yeah,
like, "No, it's Earth," and he's just like, sitting there on the moon, staring at the Earth and shit like that, being like, "Damn, that's pretty dope," and all this stuff, and
that was
I
Seth.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, Alan the Alien.
I like the little universe it's building up here.
It's honestly, it's making me want to check out Image Comics because apparently Invincible was kind of the start of Image Comics like superhero universe.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious, like, because clearly this is all ripped from the pages of this comic universe that none of us are aware of. Well, except for the people who are aware of it, who were excited about this. Um, no, I dig it. I dig it. It's a nice little change of pace, especially when all we have is Marvel and DC to choose from. It's nice to see somebody else kind of come up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I fucks with it. I like the little Teen Titans rip of characters we got that are now the global crusaders or whatever. They basically picked yeah. But I really like the little character of the little girl that's a monster.
Yeah.
I fucks with that girl. I would like to read comics of that if that's the thing,
Monster Girl.
Yeah, I mean that shit sounds, because at first I was like, what the hell? I was thinking the same as that character. Like, what's this little girl gonna do? And it's like, I bet she's gonna turn into some crazy ass monster.
Oh, that's yeah.
And
There's another little storyline that's been set up too. Another little mystery that's going on. That they set up, I think, at the end of episode 3 with the robot.
Yeah.
The robot's pulling some strings. The robot's up to some sneaky shit. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna find out.
I kind of think it was maybe like he did that on purpose, as like, gonna test them, give them their first big test. So we'll see. I mean, maybe it's in episode 4. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm curious to get into it and see where the show goes. Definitely going to be here for it all and season 2.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, what up?
Much love. Thanks for checking out the show.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for tuning in.
I think we're about to get into some Justice League.
Justice League, is it that time? Are we jumping out of Invincible?
Yeah, I think Invincible is a great show. You should check it out.
It's a great show. That's good shit.
Amazon Prime.
We apologize. We're fucking tired. We're tired. We're slaving away for you people. Justice League. I'll just fucking keep flashing it. Justice League Snyder Cut. I know we talked about it last Friday. Right? It was Friday before that.
Friday before that, yeah. Last Friday we had Club on.
I guess it's been 2 weeks now. But Snyder turned around and released that black and white cut we were all hearing about, the Justice's Gray version. And so that's right, because we were a little booked. We were a little packed last Friday. So we saved it for this week. I wrote notes down for this review for the black and white cut. Because as somebody who's not a DC guy, the fact that in a week's time I watched Justice League, a 4-hour-long movie, 3 times in a week.
You did.
And loved it, and like I saw a clip of it. They released like a little deleted scene version of the end of it. Did you say you were high, Sam? I'm not. I'm not. He might. I don't think anybody said that. He might be.
It's implied. It's implied.
It's implied. If you're here at the Chase Shep show, it's implied. I really dug it. They dropped a little clip of the like an extended Joker scene there at the end. All it was him throwing in the "We live in a society" line.
Oh
But
yeah.
watching that made me just want to go back and rewatch the whole fucking movie again. Because to me, I don't know, man. I think the black and white cut is like the ultimate cut. I think it's the
No,
best.
I really liked it. I really liked it, man. I like them old school movies and stuff, and like I said, I like to I like to watch the old style movies, black and whites and stuff. So I was hype, and over the last couple years, this is how Zack Snyder has always teased the copy that he's had.
Yeah,
So it's like I know that he, was visioning it this way. So it's like I want to see it, and it was damn beautiful, if I may say so.
yeah. It was gorgeous, man. And pretty much like when I watched the Snyder Cut, anything that felt gratuitous, anything that felt overlong or unnecessary, clunky, the bad CGI, the scenes that felt that they probably could have cut them out, all of that vanished in the black and white cut. Like the black and white made every single frame of this movie feel necessary. Um, I know the one scene I always use it as an example is when all the women are singing when Aquaman swims off into the sea. I always felt like that scene. Okay, that feels a little gratuitous. Like that feels like Snyder just kind of doing whatever he wants there. But in the black and white cut, it just feels right, man. A lot of the CGI that seemed off in the Snyder cut flows better in black and white. Um, the black and white also it's less distracting. I feel like it pulls your attention to certain things a little better, and it helps you focus up for sure.
Oh yeah.
I um, I wrote down, especially on characters. I feel like it especially pulls your focus to characters with the black and white, um, and I think it sheds the Justice League off because I remember watching the Snyder cut and thinking, I really like it. Obviously, I watched it a few times and I really liked it, but like I couldn't shake the original version of Justice League. Like I couldn't shake the bad version of this movie I've seen before. It still felt like I still could feel that in there, but in the black and white version, completely separates it. I mean, I don't even think about the Justice League when I'm watching the black and white version.
No, yeah, I feel that. I just there were just certain parts of this that were just amazing. Like I mean, like just everything that he threw up in there, like especially like the little flash scenes and stuff, like the music that go along with it, the way it's shot, the color when it's in black and white and stuff like that. But you could still, different, all this stuff. I just thought it was the way it was meant to be.
Yeah,
Makes you tear up a little bit when you watch it, man.
it
You're like,
is.
man,
It is a beautiful film.
yeah.
It is beautiful. Uh, I wrote down a few of my like scenes that I felt like were enhanced by the black and white. Um, the Flash scene for sure. Like when we first meet Barry when he goes to the job interview and he saves Iris. That was another scene that in the Snyder cut I really enjoyed it. But that scene felt a little clunky. Things felt a little out of place. I said Iris feels like she doesn't belong in this movie. Like she just looks like she's completely out of time and place. But black and white changes all that. All of that. That is one of the most beautiful scenes in this movie in black and white.
Mhm.
That and when Aquaman saves the guy and brings him back to the village and he goes to leave and he's drinking the whiskey bottle. That whole scene where the song's playing, there's a king and all that stuff, and he's drinking the bottle and he throws it. That whole thing in black and white, gorgeous, bro. Absolutely gorgeous. Uh, and then the same with the opening scene with Batman walking through the snow and stuff. I thought that was just beautiful too. And the group shot at the end when they're all standing in the sun. The black and white just made it look elegant, man. Just this nice, smooth, elegant look to all of it.
Yeah. Made a lot of it pop. Made Steppenwolf pop a lot. I really liked his costume with the black and white.
Yeah.
I thought it made him look more menacing.
hmm
And the puppy dog guys still look just as sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
It's definitely worth a watch. You know, even if you watch the other one, 4 hours is a long time, but man,
Yeah, it makes a difference.
it does.
It definitely
It
makes a
does.
difference. I definitely enjoy it. This is my ultimate pick is the black and white version. I know something we didn't talk about the last time. We've talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on our review. Is the putting back in the Junkie XL score. Uh, Junkie XL is definitely becoming one of my favorite composers. I mean, he
Mhm.
has been for a few years now, probably since like 2015, when he first really started doing a whole lot. Um, and apparently he's just soaking in that Warner Brothers money right now. Because when I started up Godzilla versus Kong, I noticed that he did the music for that too.
Mhm.
I was like, well, look at you out here. I saw that he dropped the name Junkie XL. He's just Tom Holkenborg now. It's like, yeah, you're just Hans Zimmer's little protege, aren't you? Uh, but it's cool. He makes a lot of really dope music, and I thought it was way better than the Danny Elfman shit
Yeah.
in the first cut for sure.
Yeah.
I
I
can't wait
agree.
to purchase it when it drops next month.
Nice.
Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't know that was a thing.
Yep. It's on its way, people. We're getting it next month in May. The copies we've destroyed can now be replaced by the rightful heirs to the throne.
Good. I can't wait.
I know.
I'm gonna definitely pop it right up in the collection.
We I know we advertised that we were going to review Godzilla versus Kong. Well, we're not going to do that. We're not gonna.
I don't know if anybody else has had problems lately with their HBO Max, but I tried to watch it on HBO Max last night, and I even sent Chase a little video to show him, and I was like, "Bro, there ain't no way I'm watching it like this."
Yeah, I've heard some people have been having trouble with HBO Max. So
And it could just be because I was on my Xbox trying. I don't know.
maybe I wonder about that too. I'd have to ask Priyanka what she was watching HBO Max on, because if it was her Xbox and it was messing up, something to look into. Something to look
Yeah,
into.
it might be an Xbox issue.
How about you at home, people? How's your HBO Max working out?
How's
Mine's
that? How
okay. When HBO Max first came out, I had some trouble with it, but it's been all right since.
mine's acting up now. It's always been okay. I mean, I had no problems with Justice League, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say maybe just traffic, people trying to watch Godzilla versus Kong.
Maybe so. I feel like tonight would have been more, but oh well.
Guess we'll see.
Guess
Guess
we'll see.
if it works or not. So we'll probably get around to that one next week. Talk on that. We'll get you with Invincible episodes 4 and 5.
4 and 5. We'll be caught up.
He'll be caught up. He'll be caught up.
And then we'll be caught up.
We'll be caught up. And of course, Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4. We'll get into that as well. I think that's about it.
Who knows? We might even review an Easter horror movie if any of them come out in between now and then.
If anything comes out, stick around for our Easter sleigh on Sunday. It's gonna be super dope.
Very fun.
This is our 3rd week of season 3. So for anybody who's been joining us, it's been dope, and we're only getting better. We've only just begun. So we'll see you next week.
Smooches and deuces. See you on Monday for Mental Health Monday with Christine Mariello.
That's right. That's right.
We should hype that.
Mariello coming back.
Coming back. Our first returning guest. Monday night, brother. I'll see you there, Jack.